Think twice before reheating these 5 popular dishes. Linked to cancer and dementia risks. Reheating leftovers is a common practice in homes and restaurants worldwide. It saves time, minimizes food waste, and is often seen as a convenient way to manage meals. However, not all foods are created equal when it comes to reheating. Recent studies and expert opinion suggest that certain foods, when reheated, can become toxic and pose serious health risks, including increased chances of cancer and cognitive decline. In this comprehensive guide, we will explore 5 popular dishes or ingredients that may become harmful when reheated, delve into the science behind these changes, and offer practical tips for safe food consumption. Chapter 1: The Science Behind Reheating and Food Safety. Before diving into the specific foods, it's important to understand why reheating can be problematic. When food is cooked and then cooled, its chemical composition changes. Reheating these foods can cause further chemical reactions, some of which may result in the formation of harmful compounds. Additionally, reheating may not eliminate all bacteria or toxins formed during storage. Temperature fluctuations, improper storage, and repeated heating amplify these risks. One of the primary concerns is the development of nitrosamines, acrylamide, and other carcinogenic compounds in certain foods when exposed to high temperatures repeatedly. Another concern is the degradation of beneficial nutrients, leading to a meal that is not only potentially toxic, but also nutritionally compromised. Chapter 2: Reheated Rice, a Hidden Danger. Rice is a staple food in many cultures, but it tops the list of potentially dangerous reheated foods. The main culprit is Bacillus cereus, a bacterium that can survive the initial cooking process. If cooked rice is left out at room temperature for too long before refrigeration, these spores can multiply and produce toxins. Symptoms of Bacillus cereus poisoning include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, often appearing within hours. These toxins are heat-resistant, meaning reheating the rice won't destroy them. Over time, regular consumption of improperly stored and reheated rice may contribute to gastrointestinal problems and potentially longer-term risks due to constant low-grade toxin exposure. Safe practice: cool rice quickly after cooking and refrigerate within 1 hour. Reheat only once and ensure it is steaming hot throughout before consuming. Chapter 3: Spinach and Leafy Greens. Nitrates turn toxic. Spinach and other leafy greens like lettuce, kale, and celery are packed with nitrates, compounds that are generally harmless and even beneficial when consumed fresh. However, when reheated, particularly in a microwave or on a stovetop, these nitrates can convert into nitrites and then into nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. Nitrosamines have been linked to various types of cancer, including stomach and esophageal cancers. In infants and young children, high nitrite levels can interfere with the oxygen-carrying capacity of blood, leading to a condition known as methemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome. Safe practice: avoid reheating leafy greens. Instead, add them fresh to dishes or consume immediately after cooking. If storage is necessary, eat them cold in salads rather than reheating. Chapter 4: Potatoes, a breeding ground for Clostridium botulinum. Potatoes are another commonly reheated food with hidden risks. When cooked potatoes are left at room temperature, especially when wrapped in foil, they create an anaerobic environment conducive to the growth of Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria responsible for botulism. Botulism is a rare but potentially fatal illness that can cause muscle paralysis and respiratory failure. Even if the potatoes are reheated, the toxins produced may not be destroyed by heat. Safe practice: store cooked potatoes in the refrigerator within 2 hours. Do not store them wrapped in foil, and reheat to a high temperature thoroughly. Chapter 5: Chicken, Protein Breakdown, and Digestive Issues. Chicken is rich in protein, but when reheated, the structure of its proteins can change. These altered proteins may be harder to digest and can lead to gastrointestinal discomfort. In some cases, particularly with improper storage, reheated chicken may also harbor dangerous bacteria like Salmonella or Campylobacter. There is also some evidence suggesting that the repeated heating of protein-rich foods can lead to the formation of heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both of which are linked to cancer. Safe practice: cut chicken into smaller pieces for even reheating and ensure the internal temperature reaches at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. Avoid reheating more than once and consume freshly cooked poultry when possible. Chapter 6: Eggs, Nutrient Loss, and Chemical Changes. Eggs are another protein-rich food that can become hazardous when reheated. Hard-boiled or scrambled eggs, when subjected to high heat during reheating, can release sulfur compounds and oxidize the cholesterol within the yolk. These oxidized cholesterol compounds have been linked to inflammation and cardiovascular disease. Additionally, reheated eggs may develop rubbery textures, which are harder for the digestive system to process. Safe practice: consume eggs immediately after cooking, or use cold in dishes like salads or sandwiches if previously cooked. Avoid reheating in the microwave as it causes uneven heating and increases the risk of overexposure to harmful compounds. Chapter 7: The Link Between Toxins and Chronic Diseases. Exposure to foodborne toxins over time can contribute to the development of chronic diseases. Nitrosamines, acrylamides, oxidized fats, and proteins are not just acute concerns, but may play a role in long-term health outcomes. Cancer. Many of the compounds formed during reheating are classified as carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IRC. Repeated exposure, especially when combined with other lifestyle factors like smoking or poor diet, increases the risk. Dementia. Research has also shown potential links between poor diet and cognitive decline. Acrylamide, for example, has neurotoxic properties and may contribute to the development of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Other issues. Reheated foods can also lead to digestive problems, hormonal imbalances, and increased oxidative stress, all of which can undermine long-term health. Chapter 8: How to Reheat Safely. While some foods are best not reheated at all, there are general practices you can follow to reduce risks. Always store leftovers in shallow, airtight containers to promote quick cooling. Refrigerate leftovers within 1 to 2 hours of cooking. Reheat food to a minimum internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. Only reheat once. Repeated reheating increases the risk of toxin buildup. Avoid using the microwave for reheating high-risk foods. Instead, use stovetop or oven methods for more even heating. Chapter 9: Alternatives to Reheating. To minimize health risks while still enjoying leftovers, consider these options. Cold meals. Use leftover proteins and vegetables in salads, wraps, or sandwiches. New dishes. Transform leftovers into new meals without reheating, like potato salads or rice salads. Meal planning. Cook only what you plan to eat within one meal or day to reduce the need for storage and reheating. Chapter 10. Public Health and Awareness. Public health campaigns often emphasize food safety in the context of undercooked meat or contaminated produce, but less attention is given to reheating practices. Increasing public awareness about the risks of reheating certain foods could lead to better health outcomes. Educational programs in schools, clearer labeling on food packaging, and public service announcements can play a vital role in reducing foodborne illness and chronic disease related to food toxins. Chapter 11. Cultural Practices and Reheating Norms. Different cultures have unique relationships with food preservation and reheating. In some countries, large meals are prepared in advance and consumed over several days. In others, fresh preparation is the norm. These cultural practices influence how food safety messages are received and implemented. Understanding cultural norms can help tailor health messaging. For instance, in Asian cultures where rice is consumed daily, promoting rapid cooling and proper storage may be more effective than advising against reheating entirely. Similarly, Mediterranean diets often emphasize fresh vegetables and minimal reheating, which aligns well with health recommendations. Health agencies should collaborate with community leaders and cultural institutions to disseminate messages in a culturally sensitive manner. This may involve multilingual resources, culturally relevant examples, and community-driven educational efforts. Chapter 12. Technological Innovations in Food Safety. Emerging technologies are offering new ways to minimize the risks associated with reheating. Smart refrigerators with rapid cooling features, vacuum sealing devices for safe storage, and infrared reheating devices that ensure uniform heat distribution are making it easier to store and reheat food safely. Additionally, mobile apps and smart kitchen gadgets can now monitor food storage times and alert users when leftovers should be consumed or discarded. These tools empower consumers to make safer choices and reduce their exposure to harmful compounds. Research is also ongoing into the development of food-safe reheating indicators that change color to show whether a food item has reached the safe internal temperature. These innovations could drastically reduce the incidence of foodborne illnesses and toxin exposure. Chapter 13. Frequently Asked Questions. Can I reheat rice in the microwave safely? Yes, if the rice was cooled and stored properly within 1 hour after cooking. You can reheat it once in the microwave. Ensure it is steaming hot all the way through. Is it safe to eat cold leftovers? Generally, yes, as long as the food has been stored properly and consumed within 3 to 4 days. Cold leftovers can be safe and nutritious. Are there any reheated foods that are safe without concern? Foods low in protein and nitrates, such as bread, pasta, without meat or dairy, and most fruits are generally safer to reheat. Does reheating in the oven make food safer than in the microwave? It can, because ovens often heat more evenly and can maintain higher, more consistent temperatures. However, food must still reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. How many times is it safe to reheat leftovers? It is best to reheat food only once. Repeated reheating increases the risk of toxin development and nutrient loss. Conclusion: reheating food is a convenient habit, but it comes with hidden risks that should not be ignored. From rice to leafy greens, common household staples can become breeding grounds for harmful bacteria, or chemical compounds when mishandled. While the occasional reheated meal is unlikely to cause immediate harm, consistent exposure to toxins formed during reheating can accumulate and contribute to serious health issues, including cancer and dementia. Being informed and adopting safer practices can help mitigate these risks. With the knowledge and strategies outlined in this guide, you can make better choices for your health and well-being. References and further reading: Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC Food Safety Guidelines; World Health Organization, WHO Foodborne Diseases; International Agency for Research on Cancer, IRC Carcinogenic Compounds in Foods; National Institutes of Health, NIH Diet and Dementia Research, Food and Drug Administration, FDA Safe Food Storage and Reheating Tips, Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, Studies on nitrosamines and acrylamides, Mayo Clinic, Food Poisoning Causes and Prevention,